Well, hello.
Hi there.
How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome, welcome. This is Bima's Crafty Corner. I am Bima, better known as Els, or, on Friday nights, the chief child in charge. Um, I'm going to slap you. Seriously, I'm going to slap this man. How are you guys doing? Hello, Miss Virginia. Hi, Marjorie. How are you, my dear? Oh, never go anywhere without something to craft. There you go. Go home and get your stuff. I know, right? Why don't you have craft supplies, lady? Leave her a scathing report. You don't crochet. Okay. Yeah, 10 fish tanks sounds like my house. Oh, my. Hi, Miss Patty Ann. You're awake. Yay. Oh. Very cool. All right, let's get the complaint session out of the way here. I'm going to complain. I'm serious. I'm going to beat this man. He is like just begging for me to whoop the crap out of him. He has been just in a mood all day. Oh no, I've already given you treats. You can stay away, kitty. Okay, here's my complaint. So I get inspiration on what junk journals or what journals, because I don't make junk journals, what journals I'm going to be making. And so I get that inspiration by going into Etsy and putting in junk journal and hitting search. Hello. How are you? Didn't we just have this conversation? I was going to get you some snackies and treats, and you were going to go under the desk and eat them and get high on the catnip and go to sleep. Right? That was the deal? Oh, kitty kisses. Really? So I go in there and I put in junk journal. I have to tell you, well, let me start at the beginning, because the first thing I put in was robot junk journal, because I'm trying to find the designer of this particular paper pad. Okay, I think I've narrowed it down to who it is, but I put in robots. Why? Because these are freaking robots. Okay. Now, I think I have, narrowed it down. I think I know who it is. It's a 12 by 12, which is of no use to us, because I don't care how you try to stretch that. The largest thing you're going to get out of it and still be able to print it on an 8.5 by 11 is an 8 by 8. And since most journals are 8.5, it's not tall enough. So we're going to have to go with what we have and make a small journal out of this. Okay. So I said, you know what? Screw this. I'm just going to look for inspiration for new journals. Oh, Benny's got a new kitten. Yay. Yay. Hi, Gypsy. Where were you this morning, young lady? So I just put in junk journals. And you know what? I'm on page, I don't know, like 27. Let me see. think. Let me scroll to the bottom here. Come on. Yes, 27. And I have seen the same junk journal about 14 times each. The same designer again and again and again and again. And like on every page where, I don't know, there's like 30 or 40 sets. I'm lucky if I see one original design in there. I get it. You know, the designers that sell more, they're the higher end, you know, the ones that, but give somebody else a chance. Put in another designer, more than one per page, because I have seen the same designers about 150 times. On page 27, I've only seen 27 original designs. Hi, how are you? How are you? Ah, you were in an appointment. Okay. So, and some of the designers they're pushing, and I get it. I do. I seriously, seriously do. These are designers that have thousands of sales. In a couple of instances, tens of thousands of sales. And so they do make a lot of money for Etsy combined. I don't know what you make on a digital. I'm imagining it's pretty much the same as what you make on, you know, a regular product sale, you know, what they make on it. You know, a percentage for the listing, a price for the listing, and then a percentage of the actual price of the listing when it sells. Yeah. And then, you know, so, and then they push, like before AI became a thing for digital designers, your top end things were like Victoria, Polka Art Studio, a couple of the big ones. And so they pushed them. Now, granted, some of their that's two sides of a coin, because Victoria and Polka Art, I have problems telling between the two sets. And Victoria is like $40 to $150 for a digital from Victoria, but Polka Art, which is the same quality, it has the same look to it, the same feel, the same emotion in it and everything, and theirs are $2-3, you know. And so I know they sell a lot. They sell a lot more than anybody else because their stuff is good quality and it's not expensive. And I get that. But you know what? I don't want to just see what Polka Art has available or what Victoria has available, or let's see, what's another one? Journals by Ginger, Silver and Glitter, or Glitter and Silver, or something like that. I don't want to see just those. Hi, Marie. And I want to see different designers, different kits. So I went on to something else because I put in dragon junk journals. Let me tell you, my first kits, Victoria, Polka Art, Dust and Paper, Lana Scraps, more Victoria, What's next here? Bow Arts, Lunic Art Design, which is another big one. And then we're back into, you know, the same groups of stuff. And let's see, where's the first? My Porch Prints, that's another one they push a lot. And the first one that's not somebody I've seen before is, I've seen that one, I've seen that one, I've seen that one. Darling Chickadee. Company I have not seen. They have not pushed that. They push Dot Wit, Fabra Art or Fabrica Art, Art Papercraft is another one they push. Whimsy Papercraft. So I'm not saying that those designers don't deserve recognition. Hi, Christine. But I would like to see some variety. Some new paper companies. Yeah, that's my hand. Okay. Because I get tired of seeing the same stuff. And of course, one of the ways that they decide what's going to come up is if you've bought from a store. Even if you've had a bad experience. I bought some stuff and I don't remember. I don't remember what journal it was, but I bought some stuff and it showed the, like I went through all of the pictures in the ad and it showed all of these cute little pages, like preset pages. And I went, oh, this is cool. I like this. And so I bought it and it was a little bit more than I normally spend. Because for me, on average, I spend probably $3 to $5 max on a digital. Sometimes I even set this thing like, I don't want to see anything over $4 because you could do that. But I think I spent like $4 or $5 on this one. And I got it. And all it was the graphic files, the JPEG files. It was not the pages that they advertised. And so I reached out and I went, hey, this is not what you're advertising. And they were like, what? And I was like, you say, and it even says in the description that it's 12 pages or something like that. It doesn't say 12 pages of images, separate images. It says 12 pages. So when it says 12 pages, you expect that you're going to get 12 pages and you're going to get the pages that you're seeing or a reasonable facsimile thereof. And it wasn't. So I was like, you know, that's not right. I don't want the images. What the hell do I want? I don't want the images. I don't want the images. I wanted the pages. And they got back to me and they were like, well, you can make your own pages. And I was like, I don't want to. Not everybody's a graphic designer. That's why we go to Etsy. And I'm not smart enough to figure out how to use AI or any of that other stuff. No. I used up all my smarts getting my degrees and I went, yeah, that's it. I'm going to be dumb now for the rest of my life. But I had a huge like blow up with them over this. And I requested a refund, and they were like, we don't refund anything. So I did go through Etsy, and I was like, hey, this is not what they advertised, yada, yada, yada. Do you know I see their shop listings every single time? If they have something even loosely related to what I'm searching for on Etsy, I see it. So let's see.
Now I'm getting ads for your cat game.
So Gypsy wants to know what's the difference between Etsy, Poshmark, and whatnot. Okay, Etsy. Well, let's start with Poshmark. Poshmark is really it's reselling clothes and bags and shoes and things like that, garments and apparel. If you have slightly used higher end clothing, you can sell it on Poshmark. I think they also do like art and decor. I think they have a section for art and decor. I do know that they sell some craft supplies, but the stuff that they sell is like true, not true vintage, but in the craft world, it's vintage. It's like 10 years old. And it has to be new in the original package and unused in order for Poshmark to take it. Second, WhatsApp is everything. What you get on WhatsApp is a lot of people that buy storage containers, like storage garages and stuff. And then they go through them, and whatever's sellable, they sell, and whatever isn't sellable, like they do at a yard sale, and then they donate a bunch of stuff. So you'll see a bunch of that on there. I know that Jennifer P has been selling on Whatnot. I have a Whatnot channel. I don't use it that often. And the reason I don't use it is because you have to sell through your phone. And I don't have the setups I used to, but that's a long story. But I don't have the setup to have my camera on my phone running a sale. So that's kind of Whatmart. And then Etsy was designed a long time ago, and it was designed very much like Michaels has designed their Maker's Mark. It's designed for people who make handmade items. So it was designed for crafters and woodworkers and potters and things like that, jewelry makers. And over time, it has become just basically a basic market. Unfortunately, for people that do, that resell craft supplies or sell craft supplies or sell digitals of that kind and stuff like that, it's the only place. It's the only place, because there used to be Zibbit, but Zibbit didn't have the push that Etsy has. Etsy has a presence because they've been around for so long. But now it's like, if you have a small business, you can sell anything on Etsy. They have gotten away from just selling handmade cottage type stuff to it's just if you have a small business, you can sell through them. Because I have seen sheets on Etsy. Who the hell is weaving handmade sheets out of bamboo? You know what I mean? But they're on there. A lot of commercially made stuff that just has a look of handcrafted is on there. And I don't begrudge anybody. The guy who buys 40 breadboards and wood burns designs into them is still doing something that's handmade. He's just buying the blanks. I'm okay with that. But people that are selling sheets, clothing that is obviously not handmade, jewelry that is from, it's mass-produced jewelry. Because I don't know very many people. There are not people out there that are hand-making rings that have them in available sizes and they have multiples of them. That's not handmade. That's mass-made. There's, nobody's going to have this ring and they've got 10 of each in 10 different sizes in stock if they're hand making this. That's not going to happen. And Etsy knows it and they don't give a crap. Hi, Chris. Yes, Patty Ann, you can. You can open up a store front and list your surplus craft supplies on there for sale. You can also sell them on Whatnot. I can hear. Well, you didn't hear the part where I said take the shit out of your ears. No, I'm kidding. I am kidding. I can get away with that because it's you guys. So I'm just complaining because, and like, I don't know why, but Etsy is pushing like any topic I've already done: steampunk, detective, bees, botany, like field notebook, Alice in Wonderland. Oh my God, there's so much Alice in Wonderland. Alice in Wonderland. And that's about the top 5. For every 40 listings, I get at least 25 of those in assorted listings. Patty Ann, I sell my supplies on there. There's 2 categories that you can sell in on Etsy: finished products and something to make a product. So you can sell an item that's made, or you can sell a craft supply. That's what you're supposed to be able to sell on there. No, get out of my head, though. It hurts. And the other thing, this one irritates the crap out of me. I put something in my cart because I want to look at it later. Because I go through and I'll put like 20 things in my cart. Like maybe, like I put in dragons. So maybe I go in and I go, oh, I kind of like this one, put it in my cart. Oh, I kind of like this one, put it in my cart. And then later I'll go into my cart and then I'll relook at them all over again and decide which one I want, which one's worth the money. Because I don't want to buy something that's just 10 sheets of paper. I want paper. I want tags. I want, cut aparts. I want ephemera to go with it. If it's a junk journal kit, it should have everything. You know what I mean? It should have like some of everything. And then there's some of them that are like, you get like 10 sheets of paper and like 1 or 2 sets of, for more money than the exact same style images, because here's the truth. Even with AI, everybody's using the same stuff. They're still using all the same stuff. I can't find which robot thing this is because everybody's got the exact same robots. Because it's artificial intelligence. It only has so much intelligence. So it's only got what it's been exposed to. So when people go in and they go, "Ooh, I want to do something with robots," and they put in robots, it's going to spit out the same 30 or 40 images of robots. Not to mention, Etsy seems to think that robot also means just throw everything steampunk in there. I get it. Those are the tags that the creators are putting in. I know. I put in tags on all my stuff too. But I then go into my shopping cart, and I look through everything that I've purchased. I've looked at. It's like taking it all to the fitting room. You know what I mean? I take it to the fitting room and I look at it. I try it on. Is this going to work for me? Is that going to work for me? Is this that's a 12 by 12. I can't use that. Get rid of it. And I go through and I narrow it down to the few things that I want. And then I order them. But in the process of looking through things, I get these little flashes that come up on the lower left, the upper right. I've had them right in the middle of the page. Get this item. It's in 6 people's carts. Who cares? It's an unlimited supply of it. It's a digital. Don't try to high pressure sale me on something that's a digital. Oh, no, honey. Yes, you can sell the reborn doddles on there as well. But see, they don't do the discount thing. And I got to tell you, a lot of designers that I know and a lot of people that sell on Etsy have stopped doing that. And the reason is because Etsy takes so much of what you make on a sale that they don't want to do that discount stuff anymore, because people have also figured it out. People have figured out that, well, if I just leave the items in my basket, they'll give me a discount. Oh, yeah. And my Etsy shop is not your freaking Pinterest board. That annoys the crap out of me. I get probably 15 to 20 notifications a day that somebody liked an item in my shop. This isn't this is not Pinterest. This if you want to do Pinterest, go play on Pinterest. Etsy is not Pinterest. Do not go in there and like a bunch of items, because every time somebody goes in and likes an item, it pings my phone. Now, I have a small shop. I try to stay under 300 items in my store. But people from all over the country go in there and go, "Oh, I like this." I've had nights where I'm sitting, I've turned my phone off. And I turned my phone off because you cannot, as a seller, you can't differentiate between what kind of notifications you want is on the phone. So if you want to get notifications that you've sold an item, you also have to get the "I like your shop" and "I like your stuff." I sat here one night and my phone would not stop binging. There was somebody out there who was just going through my shop, and at the time I had like 325 or 330 items in the shop, and they were going through going, "I like this, I 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 like this," and every single one of them was a ping, 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 ping on my phone. Oh. It was not you. And when it's you guys, I don't care. You know what I mean? I just don't care. Oh, let me do something real quick. I gotta do something real quick. Let me do this. This lady, I have a message from her. That would be great. I'm gonna
Vanessa,
silent
this is
line.
Mike.
So if I
Cox Business Support,
Saturday,
calling on a recorded line. How you doing today,
Okay.
man? Oh, it's another fun-filled day, I'm telling you. Yeehaw. So, hey, I got your internal ticket number here, 1078389. Well, I wanted to be a little more descriptive than I thought I could be in the e-bond that I'd be sending back. So at this point, the outage has been cleared. However, the modem is still offline. It's one of two in an area covering 560 devices. So at this point, we're looking to have layer 1 checked on site. According to the information I'm able to find, the site is only available Monday through Thursday, 8 to 5 and 8 to 1 on Friday. So that would make it well after hours to be able to contact them until Monday. So at this point, I'm just asking permission to be able to put the ticket out.
Let me send that out.
Let's say Monday about 10 o'clock for us to follow up with you to see if layer 1 has been checked and everything is all set, or we need to roll a deck.
Chris, you're fine. See, but
Well,
yeah,
are you
and there's
able to get
so
over the
the discount. So there was like this, you could elect to give somebody a discount if they left something in their basket. Buyers figured that out very quickly. And so they would come in, put a bunch of stuff in their basket,
Okay.
and leave it there with the intention of coming back tomorrow after they got that 10% or 20% discount, whatever the store gave them,
Would you like me to set that to get them checked over the
and then
weekend,
come back
or just
and
wait
then
till
get their
Monday?
stuff.
All right. Oh, soundboard wants attention. Yeah. All right. So, all right. Thank you so much, Vanessa. I really appreciate the assistance on this matter.
So,
and you, ma'am.
you know, you end up with,
Thank you.
and then,
Thank you. Bye-bye.
so I took it off my shop. And then I got a sale one day, and it said they had used a discount. And so I go back and I look, and I have no discounts active. And I'm like, what the hell? So I go and I start looking around, and I go into the forums, and I find out that if your store does not offer a in the cart basket, you know, you left it, an abandoned cart discount, if they have items from another shop in there and that shop does, they automatically force it on your shop. So I had somebody go in, I don't know what they ordered from the other shop, but they ordered about $50 worth of stuff out of my shop. That shop offered a 20% abandoned cart discount, which tells me if it's over 10%, that is probably a digital. It's probably a digital, because you only see those big discounts on digitals. Because a lot of digital creators, they know that their stuff is like, and they do it on purpose so that they can give you a 50 or 75% off discount, and you think you're getting a deal. You're getting a bargain, okay? Which on some, like, you know, if you're paying $150 and you get half off, that's a deal. You're still only getting 20 sheets of paper that you got to print yourself. You know what I mean? Hello, Miss Patty. Hello. But I price my stuff ridiculously stupid, because I'm not trying to make a huge amount of money, and I don't want to be that shop. You guys have seen me. I'll sell whole paper pads for $2-3. You know, whole 12 by 12 pads that I know I can list and make more money on. But why? Let me see. What's something? Okay, here's an example. So I recently picked these up. They're embossing powders. This is like a chunky one, and this one is like a pewter. And I picked these up. They were in a bag of stuff that I bought at some thrift store. Okay. So these were the only 2 embossing powders in that bag. They had some other things in there too. I think I paid $8 for the bag. About half of what was in there was trash. It was like pieces and parts of sticker pages. Okay. But I'd seen these in there and I saw there was something else in there that I actually wanted. So I bought the thing. So these I'll sell. Okay. And since I threw most of what was in there out, and it was $8 for the bag, $7.99. So it was $8. I threw out a whole bunch of it. I kept the things that I wanted. We'll say that's half. So I paid about $2 a piece for these. I'll sell them for $3. I make $1 a piece on these. I haven't even made back. That's $6. I spent $8 on the bag. You know what I mean? So I'm not even making back the money on this one. But I got a supply out of it that I wanted. Yes, we're talking about Etsy. Okay, so like I get it. These. You guys are going to see these in the sale. I bought these. Remember we saw these? I got these at the auction. And somebody said, oh, make like lip balms and stuff with them. And I think that's cute. But these are also really good for putting like your loose flat back gems and stuff into. And then, you know, because they stack, you could put a lot of these like in a box or something. So I did, I think they're 6 packs, 6 or 8s, 6. They're coming up in the sale this month. Here it is. Okay. So I got these at auction, and I paid $4 for the box. Let's see. $4 for the box. So you're going to get 6. And there was there was 8 sets, because this is a set, and this is half a set because it was short a couple, short some. So I got 7 sets. Yeah, 6 containers, 7 sets. So I'm going to sell the 7 sets for $1 a piece. That means I'm not even barely making the money that I spent on the box back. But who needs 50 of these? You know what I mean? Even if you want to do a little, you know, like I know some people make like little scenes in these and stuff. Who needs 50 of them? Hi, Aurora. I know. What is these? Why are they on my desk? So Daddy went outside without him again. So I'm like, I you know, and so then, and here's the thing. When I put it on in the shop for Etsy, I usually only raise it by $1. So 6 of these for you guys is $1. 6 of these to somebody on Etsy is $2. And that's just to cover my fees. Yeah, these are good for traveling too. For putting stuff in them. But I usually barely up the price of stuff. Sometimes I take a loss on one thing because I'm going to do something, you know, make more on the other. And sometimes this gets me into trouble. You have embossing powder. How do you use it? Okay. Well, you need a few things to use embossing powder. One, you need, let me just show you. It's easier. All right, so you have your embossing powder. You're going to want, at the very least, a Versamark or one of these, you know, clear ink pads. I also do a video. I have a video. I'll have to find it on how to use regular certain inks. I just did the video that I just did on inks. Did I, when is it coming out? That's a question. Well, I have a whole embossing video coming out in August. And then in September, I have an inks video. But there's a few things that you need if you're going to use embossing powders. Okay. So you need this kind of ink. It's a clear ink pad. Doesn't matter if it looks like this. This is dirty as sin. Okay. You need a stamp. You can use rubber stamps, acrylic stamps, foam stamps, whatever kind of stamp you want. You need your embossing powder, and you need one of these, a heat tool. No, you cannot use a hair dryer. It has to be a heat tool because it has to get hot. Okay. The long and the short of it is that you ink up your stamp whatever it is, put your embossing powder over it, tap it off, don't touch it, just kind of turn it over and then give it like a little flicker, light flick at the back or something. Heat the back up to warm up the paper, and then, what are you? Oh, and then start heating the front of it, and it's plastic, it'll melt. That's the basics. But you do need a heating tool, which I have in my shop. Cheap. I have the cheapest heating tool and nobody buys it. Oh, hold on. Close your eyes, guys, because the camera's wonky. There we go. Doesn't matter if it's old as long as it still gets hot, babe. Although I was using mine live a while ago. I had a blue one forever, and it sparked. And I went, okay, time to get a new one out. So I went in the garage and grabbed one. Yeah, I have a whole video coming up. And it is coming out, I think I said August. Yeah, in August, August the 19th. It's a whole thing on how to do embossing. And but if you are interested in now knowing it, you can get that. Let me see. I'm going to see if I can find it because usually Arlene handles this stuff. Let me see. YouTube. I know how to find stuff. I just got to get there. Usually Arlene does this. She's all over it. Oh, Victor Victoria. I love that movie. Okay, sorry. Okay, my channel. Playlists. I'll find it. I know I can. Okay, here's the playlist. It's an old one, so it's going to be way back. Okay. Don't see it. Maybe it didn't get put in there. Videos. Let's look in here. Unboxing. Ah, here it is. I knew I could find it. Cool. All right, so this is the it's from the On the Cheap playlist. That is the embossing one that I have up, and it's, to be honest, it's called Embossing on the Cheap, and it's using the cheapest, crappiest inks you have, and just one color of embossing powder to emboss everything. But it's pretty fun. Do, 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 do. Wow, I've done a lot of weird stuff. Just saying. All right. So I'm just complaining about Etsy today in general. Because it ticks me off. Hey man, where'd my book go? I have lost the useless facts book. It's not even fun.
I didn't do it.
No, you didn't. You ate it.
Did not.
You ate my book, man.
I am hungry though.
Sure you are. It's way past your
Eat.
nom nom time.
No.
There it is. I found it. It went backwards. I had so much fun doing that. My hands were so covered in paint. It was ridiculous. All right, let's see. Oh, I found the bookmark we lost last week. Let's have some music trivia, shall we? The first CD pressed in the United States was Bruce Springsteen's Born in the USA. That makes sense, doesn't it? Yes, she did. She found her washi tape. We're not going to talk about it. Okay. I've done that so many times. The Grateful Dead was once called the Warlocks. Um, ooh. We're not doing that. Aerosmith's Dude Looks Like a Lady was written about Vince Neil of Motley Crue. Wow. Some Elvis trivia. He failed his music classes in school, and Elvis apparently never gave an encore. I did not know that. And Jim Morrison was the Doors was the first rock star to ever be arrested on stage. Yes, it was. Okay. Parker Brothers prints over $50 billion worth of Monopoly money every year. And when we were kids, remember we used to take the Monopoly money out of the Monopoly game? We used to play with it like that was our money. Every day, more money is printed for Monopoly than the U.S. Treasury. The most money you can lose in one trip around the board, using normal game rules, going to jail only once, is $26,040. The most money that you can lose in one turn is $5,070. And the values on the Monopoly game board are the same today as they were when the game was introduced in 1935. English gambling dens used to have employees whose job was to swallow the dice if the police arrived. You get paid for hours to sit there, and then the cops raid the place, so you swallow all the dice. Do you get hazard paid? Is there a bonus if it's a cop night? Or you just get paid whether you do nothing or not, you know, all night long, just sitting there? I'm going to get some soda. Oh. I would think. I would think that they would have to do something, you know? By the way, it was not actually Jim Morrison's member that he whipped out on stage. He put his hands down his pants and he put his finger out, and he had done some things on stage that caused the local police department to say that if he did any of those things on their stage, they would arrest him. And so he was being shit in typical Jim Morrison fashion. And so he put his hand down his pants and made it look like, and he just was waving his finger like, come and get me. And they came and got him. He was being a jackass. Yeah, he was rage baiting. Okay, 1 in every 4 Americans has appeared on television. Yeah, I can see that. Sitcom characters rarely say goodbye when they hang up the phone. Yeah, I mean, everybody has. Oh, I didn't know that because I didn't watch the show, but apparently every episode of Seinfeld contained a Superman reference somewhere. Oh, let's see. Mr. Spock was second in command of the Starship Enterprise, and his blood type was T negative. Now they just made shit up. As well as appearing on Star Trek, William Shatner, Leonard Nimoy, James Doohan, and George Takei also appeared at one time or another on The Twilight Zone. That's like, I guess that it equates out to, because I kind of knew about that. because I had a friend who used to watch like Seinfeld religiously. And I guess for people that watch it, it kind of equates to people that get Playboy just to try and find the Playboy bunny in the cover, the hidden Playboy bunny on the cover. How'd you go?
Sorry, I'm trying to fix my computer.
He's fine. You're fine. Everything's fine. We're good. Yes, they were both Desilu productions, and actually, if Lucille Ball had not had the foresight to say, "Yeah, I kind of like this," we wouldn't know what Star Trek is today, because she's actually the one who nobody wanted it. She's the one that picked it up and did it, and said, "No, I'm going with this. I like it. I like the idea of it. I like the originality of it. I like the cast. I like the way they work together. We're going to do this." And she put up her own money to put Star Trek into production. Now, this one I love. I've known this one for a long time. The mask used by Michael Myers in the original Halloween movie was actually a Captain Kirk mask that they painted white. Didn't know that. Yes, it was a limited budget. You know, that happened to be what was available. Scooby-Doo's real first name is Scoobert, but Shaggy's real name is Norville. I did know that. Yes, I did. All right, so here's some peanut facts because, Charlie Brown over there. Charlie Brown's father is a barber. I didn't know that. Peanuts is the world's most read comic strip. That I did know. It's been translated into every language on the planet. Lucy and Linus have another little brother named Rerun. He sometimes plays left field on Charlie Brown's baseball team when he can find it. That sounds vaguely familiar. Elzie Crisler Seeger created the comic strip character Popeye in 1919, and after Popeye comic strip started, 19 was the comic strip, because he created the character in 1919, but it wasn't in its own strip. Popeye itself became an actual comic strip in 1931. Spinach consumption went up by 33% in the United States. You fat kitty. It's not the same rerun. Mel Blanc, who voiced Bugs Bunny, was allergic to carrots. Tweety used to be a baby bird without feathers until the censors decided that he looked naked. Hi, why are you up here? Yep. You know, Betty Boop was my first rubber stamp. She was. Because I like everything Betty Boop. I went to a doll museum one time. They had a Betty Boop in there. And I was just captivated by her. My ex-husband talked them into selling him the doll. Then he called his father and had his father arrange for the payment to be transferred. And so I have this doll. She's like 18 inches tall. And she sits on one of the pot shelves in the bedroom. I've had her for 30 years. Did you know Betty Boop was the first colorized cartoon?
Do we still have that one?
Yep.
I thought we got rid of it because it was so cracked up.
No, honey. Not that one.
One with the heart.
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
Because they ran those cartoons in theaters. They weren't on television. They were in theaters. You used to go on a Saturday you would go watch Saturday morning cartoons at the theater. They would play like 8 or 9 cartoons in a row for like a nickel, or a penny. It was cheap. Kids used to do it. Okay, so let's talk about movie theaters for a second. The first real motion picture theater was called a Nickelodeon. Admission was a nickel, and it opened in McKeesport, Pennsylvania. June 19th, 1905. The first motion picture shown there was The Great Train Robbery, which, if you look it up, I think is only like 8 or 9 minutes long. The first female monster to appear on the big screen was The Bride of Frankenstein. Look, we all know this is his channel. I get to take a little bit of time with y'all ladies every day, but it's his channel. Harry, is there a reason why you're up here? Do you have a purpose? You are so high. You ate all those catnip treats, didn't you? Oh, you are so high. I love these. If you've never done this, Um, go back and watch older movies. Not old movies, but movies from like the 80s and the 90s, okay? You're going to find some really interesting stuff. During the chariot scene in Ben-Hur, a small red car can be seen in the distance. In comparison, if you watch, there's a movie with Crow was in it, and it was all, that same time period. There's a couple of scenes where there's jets flying through the sky in the scene. It might have been that. I'm not sure. In the film Star Trek First Contact, when Picard shows Lily she is orbiting Earth, Australia and Papua New Guinea are clearly visible, but New Zealand is missing. If you pause Saturday Night Fever at the How Deep Is Your Love rehearsal scene, you'll see the camera crew reflected in the dance hall mirror. In the 1976 Rodrigo song Guitar Concerto de Andoise was #1 in the United Kingdom for only 3 hours because of a computer error. There's in the movie Twins, Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito. There's a scene where they go in the bathroom. They're dressed exactly the same. They're out on a date with these two girls, and it's a bar. And he's like, Danny DeVito is giving Arnold Schwarzenegger dating advice, and one of the things he says is, you got to romance her, and so they're drinking beer out of a bottle, and he says to him, "You got to waltz her, man. You got to waltz her. That's how you win a woman's heart." And he's like, "What is the waltz?" And he's like, "Hold on." So he goes, "Put your beer down." So Arnold Schwarzenegger puts his beer on top of the hand dryer, and Danny DeVito proceeds to teach him how to do a waltz. And throughout the entire dance, that bottle disappears, comes back, disappears, comes back, disappears, comes back. Yeah. So there's actually somebody, and if you read the credits on movies, there's actually somebody, they're like a team of somebody's whose their entire job is continuity. They measure exactly from a stable point off camera to where the actor is at the end of the scene, so that when they start the next scene, they're in exactly the same position, so that the film doesn't go, and jump. But some of these things, they go by. There's some scenes in
Wizard of Oz too.
Yeah, in The Wizard of Oz, there's a scene where you can actually see a guy who committed suicide. And he was hanging. He was hanging in the props. You can see him hanging in the forest.
The guy that did get the Cowardly Lion.
Something. There's a what the hell film is it? I just had it on the tip of my tongue, and then he said something.
I've seen it too. I know which scene it is.
There's a couple of them in Patch Adams that you have to go watch. There's a famously in the movie Mask, the one about the boy that had the Rusty, like his name was, or his mom's name was Rusty. Anyway, in the movie Mask with Cher, there's a scene in there where the boy, the guy that is the son, the one that's afflicted. There's a scene in there when you see him, he's like combing his hair or something. He's doing something, but there's a mirror where it's him standing there, but he doesn't have the prosthetics on his face because they were just filming him from the back. And I think it's like a mirror or a picture frame or something, but you can see, I think it's Dennis, something Dennis was his name, but you can see his actual face. Rusty Dennis, yeah. But there's stuff like that in a lot of movies. Go back and watch the old Muppet movies. There's scenes in the Muppet movies where you can actually see the puppeteers a lot of movies that are set in the old time, you'll see cars or trains or planes flying overhead in them. And I mean, what are you going to do? You know, you shoot a scene, it costs you hundreds of thousands of dollars to film this scene, and then you get back and nobody noticed it at the time, but you know, there's a parachuter in the background or whatever. You can't go back out and spend all that money again to reshoot that scene. You got to get the actors back and all the extras, and you got to get continuity right. And it's just stupid. Yeah, Rocky Dennis. His mom's name was Rusty. Oh my God, Marjorie, get out of my damn head.
Yeah, there's only room enough for 2 of us in there.
But that kind of thing, I find it hysterical. Star Wars, Star Trek was a lot. There were a lot of them in Star Trek.
Game of Thrones.
Oh my God, yes, Game of Thrones. Oh.
Game of Thrones, they had a Starbucks cup on the table during one of their shootings.
In one of the scenes in Game of Thrones, they're sitting there at a table, like 3 of them, and there's a Starbucks cup on the table in the show. Which I'm pretty sure has got to be like the original Starbucks, you know. I'm just saying.
Starbucks is everywhere.
But yeah, there's like all kinds of stuff like that in TV. So if you've never done it, just go back and watch old movies that you've watched in the past and just look at them and go, wait a minute. Because they were putting out so many movies like in the 80s and the 90s that there are another famous one is The Breakfast Club. The actor that plays, you know, not Ali Sheedy, but her male counterpart. The hell's his name? Anyway, you know, in the whole thing, he has a flannel tied around his waist. That flannel disappears in different hallways in the scenes where they're running up, you know, and hiding in the hallways, trying to get away from the guy who was watching them in detention. Yeah, so if you watch that movie, that it either disappears completely or it changes pattern. And like every time you see him, it's not Emilio Estevez, right? Is it?
Or what?
Yeah, I think it was Emilio Estevez. No, it's Judd Nelson. You're right, Judd Nelson. Yeah, it was the Judd Nelson character. The flannel that he wears that's tied around his waist, like seriously, at one point it's red, another point it's blue, then the pattern completely changes, and another scene it's gone. It's ridiculous.
Apparently, there's a website called bmascraftycorner.com.
Yes. But go and watch them. They're just hysterical. And once you find them, you can't not see them. There's a website called bmascraftycorner.com. You can go there and you can report mistakes that you find. There are some hilarious ones from the live action Flintstones. Like That one was famously done with a lot of planes and cars in the backgrounds. And there's a couple of scenes where you can see the tops of shoes on the characters, even though they're all supposed to be barefoot all day, all the time, because they didn't invent shoes. But that one was fun. Would you like a goldfish? No? How about a buggy? Would you like a buggy? Hey, Buggy, come get your kitty. Don't you call me names. You bad kitty. Come on, get down. Whoa, come on, move it, fatty. All right. So July's gifties. These are going to be July's gifties. So if you buy anything in July's sale, get one of these. I have one I carry in my purse all the time. They go up to 60 inches. This is a long one. I actually had a friend, his name was JJ, who reminded me of that character a lot. And I used to ride my bike in the morning to his house, which was actually out of my way. But then he would ride the bike with me on the handlebars the rest of the way to school every day. And then after school, he'd meet me at the bike rack and we'd ride to his house. And then he would get off the bike and then I would ride to my house. We never had anything other than we were just the best of friends. And he dated my sister once. And I was like, please don't do this, dude. Don't do this. And he was like, no, I really like her. I was like, she's not who you think she is. And he went out with her for about 6 weeks and then came back and went, you were totally right. And I was like, I'm not going to tell you. I told you so. He says, you just did. But yeah, we were just the best of friends. And then recently,
you said Anna? What's her name?
I think it was on Facebook.
Oh, Angela.
And
I'm so sorry. Thank you
a long time ago, we used to be Facebook friends. But something popped up with his name on it, and I went, what? And I looked, and apparently he's been arrested for stalking. So I was like, okay.
Okay.
Because he was always so normal.
No way for you to go and take it.
The thing was, me and him and my sister were the only 3 kids in our school that had 2 moms.
Any idea how long the?
But the weird thing is like our moms didn't hang out with his moms. Like they knew about each other, but they weren't friends. Like I think if they had bumped into each other in the bar, they wouldn't have known it.
Eastern Standard Time. Oh, Central. Oh, so you guys got another half hour or so. Okay. All
What
right.
did you get
Well,
from the Dollar Tree?
I'll let the folks in my groups know, so we won't hassle you all the time. But thanks a lot, Angela. You have yourself. Have a good night. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Give me his name. We'll give it to Michelle and find out. Right? Okay. I'm now going to play with these boxes because they're on my desk. I'm going to have to get rid of them. Maybe Harry will knock them all off for me. Don't even think about it, pussycat. Oh, okay. Yeah, I have one that I keep in my purse. It's one of those things, you know, like when you go out and it used to be when my grandkids were little. All right, so before we get done here today, I'm going to read one of our stories of, you know, our how I would kill somebody and get away with it stories. Excuse me, this is YouTube. How I would unalive someone and get away with it. But yeah, I have a purple one that I carry in my purse. I've had it forever. But I carry the weirdest stuff, okay? And so, all right, so when my grandkids were little and we'd go someplace, like one of them would get dirty, my daughter didn't even ask. She just went like this with her hand because she knew there were wet wipes in my purse. I carry this guy in my purse. It's a fan. Portable fan. It's a pain in the butt to try and fold it up, but it's a portable fan. I carry that in my purse. Why? Because you never know when you're going to get hot, you know, when you're going to need it. When I did that wedding, I'm glad I had it because, you know, I carry that in my purse. I carry one of these little first aid things in my purse. I carry these in my purse because I hand them out to people randomly. What other weird things do I have in here? Oh, this is my personal favorite. I keep these in my purse. Why? Because you can use these to wash your hands and stuff. You know? I do have the weirdest shit in my purse, but I don't have a whole lot in here. That's the strange part. Okay. We're getting there. All right, so I'm going to read to you guys one of our how to off somebody and get away with it. Arlene isn't even here and she's working. Can you believe it? Patty, she already approved you. Okay, get that. Okay, well, delivery, that goes bye-bye, that goes bye-bye, that goes bye-bye. Hold on just a second, guys. I'm trying to. I got to pull the file up. All righty. Let's see. Where is it? The one that I want. Oh, here it is. Okay, so I'm going to read to you guys. Hi, Vanessa. So remember, I want you guys, and we're going to do these over a couple of weeks. I want you guys to tell me, how would you unalive somebody and get away with it? Like, because we know that all women watch like true crime and we're all into like, you know, the murder stuff and the cop shows. And, you know, so I want to know, like, what have you learned? Okay. So I'm going to read one for you guys, and then you're going to all kind of vote on who you think the first story was written by. Okay. So this particular person knows that they have rattlesnakes in the ravine behind their house. So their plan would be like, if somebody ticked them off, would be to like give them some moonshine, get them liquored up, then like shove them into the ravine and let the snakes do the thing. And you don't have to hide the body or anything, because people apparently have fallen into this thing and have, in the area gotten too drunk, and they've been attacked by snakes and wild animals and stuff and done away with. So no mess, no muss, no fuss. Just get them drunk and push them in. So who do you think that is? Whose plan do you think that is? Liquor them up and let the snakes do away with them. Chris is like, that's Patty Ann. No. She lives in Tennessee, I believe. Off the top of my head, I'm pretty sure it is. I can give you states. I can't give you, I won't give you any more details unless I have permission. Yes, Tennessee. Virginia thinks it's Marjorie. Arlene lives in Tennessee. All right, so there's my email address. If you want to send me one, like how you would unalive somebody, and if you want to include some like information, like why you would unalive them, like what did they do, you can email me your story, and we'll go through it. I will tell you guys this one, and Marjorie, now you're the Wu-Tang clue. Okay. Yeah, Long Island. There's snakes, babe. Sharks. Okay, so I'm going to tell you guys. This particular one is Arlene. This is Arlene. Yeah. Hey, I told everybody my way first. What I would do if I wanted to do somebody in. How would I do it and get away with it? So this particular story was Arlene's. Like as soon as I said this, she immediately sent it to me. It's like 4 lines on an email. Oh. Unbelievable. So if you would like to send me your how I would, end somebody and how I would get away with it, because that's the important thing. You got to, like, you can end somebody, but you got to get away with it, Now, know that I'm that friend. I'm that friend. If you call me and go, girl, I'll be like, I got a shovel. Let's go. Like I will come and help you. I'm that friend. Ride or die. I'm in. But can't help it, you know. It's, it's a sisterhood thing. Now, I do want to start something. I want to start something. But see, that's healthy. That's a healthy thing. All right, I want to start something, and I want your guys' input on it. Don't like jump in tonight. Think about this for a while. I was thinking, you know, like I have this, and we did this because I was like, you know, how many signatures are we going to put in the class one that we're doing? So I have this, and we did this one because I wanted to give you guys an example, like of how you can put envelopes in and stuff like that. So I had an idea. And it should never be more than $5, okay? But I had an idea. What if, because I love you guys and I want something. So what I was thinking is I will send out a couple of signatures. To everybody who wants to participate. You have to want to participate. I will send out blank signatures just like this, clipped together. And I want each of you to do a page. Okay? Like design a page. Create a page. It doesn't have to like work together. It doesn't have to be on a theme. I just want like each of you to give me one original page. And then I'm going to put them in a journal. So if you want to participate in this, I need you to email me that you would like to participate in this, because I'm going to have to give your address out to other people, because I'm going to send this to, let's say I send it to Marjorie. Marjorie's then going to be sending it to Patty Ann. So she's going to have Patty Ann's information. Patty Ann is then going to be sending it to Arlene. So she'll need Arlene's information. Arlene's going to be sending it to Mari. She's going to need Mari. You know what I mean? So I need to know that you want to do this. So I need you to, I don't want to put it in the group. I just want it, you know, between us. Just email me directly, you know, if you want. So if you want to do this, make sure that you email me so that I have that email that says I can give your address out, okay? Because some of you have each other's address. Let's be honest. We all have each other's address. But there are some people that a lot of you don't. Vanessa is relatively new. You may not have her address. Marjorie, you may not have her address. I mean, like I know the old timers, they all have each other's address. But yes, it's going to be the Sisterhood of the Traveling Journal. Holy crap. Vanessa's yelling at me in my texts. So, you know, just take, you know, whatever it is you like. And I want you to give me a couple of things. I want you to give me a page that's your style. And I would like it if you would write something on that page. I don't care if it's the day you're having. I don't care if it's what you did last week. I don't care if it's, hey, I'm doing my laundry today and I hate folding freaking sheets. I don't care. But I want you to give me something of yourself. Okay? And send, and like I said, I'll send out a couple of these. So you may actually get it like two sections. You know, you might actually get two. You might get it twice, because I'm going to send 2 or 3 of these out. So you might get them a couple of times, because somebody might go, well, oh, I have, you know, Susie's address. I'm going to send it to Susie. Well, Susie just sent one away. But it should not cost you more than like $4 or $5 to send the whole thing out. Okay? I have it. You damn straight I do, girly. I'm not going to say it, but it's 1717. So I want to send this out. So if you guys want to participate, make sure they email me so that I know I have your permission. And, we'll share and we'll send it out. Okay? Because I just think it would be neat. And then to have it and be able to show it to everybody, and put it all in like one cover and have it. I might even make like a really big cover for it. And like, we'll do it like in a year, when we have new members of the tribe, we'll send it out. But anyway, I just was thinking about it. So if you guys want to do it, don't yell, don't scream and holler at me. But if you want to do it, let me know. I think it would be fun. No, they don't. But if you email me and tell me that you want to participate, you're giving me permission to do that. Okay? Okay. I'm very bad today. I'm eating a whole pack of these freaking goldfish. I don't even know how many packs, Oh, yeah, 50 grams of carbs. My sugars are got to be through the roof. Oh, well, no, it's only 48 because there's 2 grams in less than a gram sugar. Less than a gram. Yeah, so it's not bad. Plus proteins. I mean, these aren't too bad. All right, so let's see. What do we got going on in the world? All right, so we're going to call this the Traveling Journal. And we'll record stuff in it, So we'll have fun with that. We'll see. All right, so what do we got going on? So Wednesday's video was the Monet style painting, where I painted some of these white ceramic vases that I got from the Dollar Tree with wax paper. I know. If you haven't seen the video, that makes no sense. But if you know who Monet is and you know the style of a Monet painting, this is very much in that realm. And you don't have to do it on that. You could do it on like those cardboard bowls and stuff like that. It's really neat. You'll have fun with it. So tomorrow we're going to have our Build a Journal 101 class, and it's week 3. So tomorrow at 11 o'clock my time, that's 12, 1, and 2 across the country, we're going to start building our pockets, our tuck spots, belly bands, things like that. They're just bases. We're not putting these in the book. Okay. So far, we've built a cover, a base of the cover. We have not completed it. Okay. Grab the thing. Okay. So we have 2 things we've done. 1, we have gutted a book. 2, we have built a cover. Okay. Now, we're not going to start putting stuff in because we're not ready to decorate yet. Okay. So we're going to be just doing the bases. So you're going to have a lot of make ahead type stuff. You're going to have book pockets, book page pockets that aren't decorated. You're going to have belly bands that are not decorated like this. It's just the base part. That's what we're going to be working on. Okay. We're going to be talking about making different kinds of pockets. I'm going to show you guys how to do that. So some of the tools that you're going to need, you want cardstock. It doesn't have to be 110 pound. It can be 65 pound cardstock, which is your standard cardstock. That is your standard. If you go to buy a pack of cardstock, it's 65 pounds. Okay. It's also pretty much the same, what you get in a, like a scrapbook paper pad. That's about 65 pound cardstock. You want your designer papers or your digital because you're going to want, to cover things, perhaps. You're going to want adhesive, both tape and liquid. If you are putting lace and trims on your stuff, you are probably going to want like Aleene's tacky glue as opposed to a very thin glue. But you're going to want your paper trimmer You're going to want your ink and dauber. You're going to want your corner rounder. You would probably maybe want a circle punch to cut a finger dab if you want to do a finger dab. You may want a bone folder. What else might you want? You're going to want to prep some book pages if you want to make book page pockets. That's pretty easy. All you have to do is take 2 sheets of paper. 2 sheets of book paper. Take the first one, turn it upside down, move it over on top of the other one, glue them together. Then your pages will be going in the same direction. So glue 2 pieces together. I know almost no book that's thick enough that you can just use 1 page. 2 is better. Do not use stick glue on this. Use your regular glue, okay? Because stick glue, it will, over time, it will come apart. Now, you can use stick glue to get immediate contact, but still use your regular glue. So put your stick glue on and then add your regular glue with that and glue it together. Don't use tape, okay? So prep some of those pages if you want to have that. What else did I want to tell you guys you might want? A ruler could be helpful here if you don't have a grid board especially, but a ruler could be helpful here. So get out all your regular tools because we're going to use them. Maybe you come on and listen. So we're going to be doing that. Now, the next one is going to be ephemera, and I have blocked 2 weeks for it, but honestly, we'll do 3 if we need to, because ephemera is kind of a big thing. But you absolutely, positively must have the paper that you're going to be using or your digital by the week 4 of that class. Remember, it's totally free class. Doesn't cost you a dime. Yes, there was a kit that you could buy for it that's going to help you build the book and all that and have some of those tools, but you didn't have to buy the kit, okay? If you want to go back and watch those, they're all listed under Build a Journal, Journal Build 101, I think is what it's called. But there's a whole, there's a playlist for it. So you can go and you can watch all of those. And you can get this syllabus if you want. Yes, I actually made a syllabus for this. In theory, it's 7 weeks. It could be 9 or 10. Because when it comes to ephemera, we're going to be making so much stuff in that. I'm going to probably try and break it down into a couple of different, classes, so to speak. Like we'll do like journal cards could be like 1 class. Journal cards and tags, and then like labels, clusters, page toppers, and edges, and all that other stuff. So that's why I broke it into 2 weeks, but it's probably going to be on the schedule. I think it's 2 weeks. Let me see. Because, yeah, there's a big fat schedule now. 4 is ephemera. I broke it into 2 weeks, but it could break out to 3. Okay? Because you never know. So, yeah, when you look at it, you'll see it's a different color. This is 4B. This is 5 and 5B. So I could move that and put an extra week in. But if you want a copy of the schedule, this tells you when I'm live. It gives you all my information as far as like when we have our monthly sales, if I'm doing a free class, anything like that. What videos are coming up. And mostly what I do on this channel is tutorials. But I actually didn't. I just did a like, what the hell kind of video the other day. And I posted it, but it's not going to come out for a while. But I did post all of the stuff that I had in the editor. So that's all posted now. So if you want to go in and get the copy of the schedule, it is current. Tomorrow, we're going to have our Build a Journal 101 class, totally free, as I said. But if you want to go back and watch the previous videos to get caught up, you can. But the idea of this is that we're getting together. once a week. We're working on a concept, and then you have a whole week to like ask me questions, come back and say, hey, I didn't get that, whatever, and do that. So now, also, Projects 26 Challenge. We have 2 of them currently. I give those out on the 1st and 15th of every month. And the first one is number 11. That's challenge number 11. It is an index, and it doesn't have to be, an index card. It can be anything. It could be a library card. It could be one of those hole punch cards, because that's an index. So that will count. And some foil. Those are the 2 things. And then challenge number 12 is a lunch bag or paper sack and like texture paste or moon paste or Nuvo paste or whatever. There is on the cheap playlist, you can get a video for texture paste. It depends. I think that using I think that the adhesive that you use depends on what you're putting down. I'm not a big fan of Mod Podge. And the reason I'm not a big fan of Mod Podge is because it's a varnish. And it leaves kind of a shiny residue on everything. So I'm not a big fan of it. Even when I decoupage, I use matte medium. But hi, honey. Could you, just keep going. Keep going. Thank you. Keep going. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, just keep. Thank you. Okay, we're going to play Ring Around the Mommy. So I'm going to say there's no difference. And I'm telling you this. There's no difference between my art glitter glue, neutral pH, my Assart, the Barely. It's just Elmer's glue, guys. It's PVA glue. PVA is polyvinyl something or other. I don't know off the top of my head, but it's PVA glue. Elmer's glue is PVA glue. So don't spend a lot of money on glue if you don't have a lot of money to spend. Just go and grab whatever you can get, whatever cheap glue you can use, okay? Let's see what else. So also send in, email me your, how would you unalive somebody and get away with it? Send those in. We're going to read them on Fridays and see what, what works. This Sunday is last feud of the month. So we're going to be playing the Family Feud, the not so family friendly version of the Family Feud. And also we're going to be playing Urban Myth. I am going to be updating that list. And let's see what else. What else do we have? Oh, yes. Monday's video. It's a staggered coin envelope pocket. I don't remember what the hell this thing is. I posted this forever ago, considering I'm currently posting in November. June, July, August, September, 5 months ago, Matte does, believe it or not. That's all I use is matte. It still has a shine to it, but this stuff is all for, your for you guys to do. Now, the Build a Journal 101 class, there was a kit that was available that had the book board in it. It had the spine pre-cut, and it had the book cloth for the spine cover, and it had like the clips and all of that. I'm currently out of those, but they're going to be in the shop later. But, if you have an old book cover that you want to use, you can use that. So I don't push stuff for sale. Like here, I only have one sale a month, unless it's like something special. Like if I do I've got 200 punches that I need to sell. But generally I only do one sale a month here because I don't like to push anybody to buy things that they don't need. My sales go very, very quickly because I don't sit it up there and make it like, I don't go, okay, we're going to sell this and it's going to sit here until somebody buys it. No, we don't do that. No, honey. You ask all the questions you want, because if I can't answer you, one of the ladies will. Welcome to the tribe. So we have that. And then we have the new thing that I want to try. And the traveling journal. Hello, Harry. This is really Harry's channel. Just so you're aware, lady. It's his channel. We just work around him. So we got a whole bunch of stuff going on. Tomorrow we have the class in the morning, and then we have mixed media tomorrow night. Now remember, the first mixed media of next month is on the 4th, and it's going to be a special edition. We're only using 4th of July themed things. So we're going to see what I come up with. There's only I think 15 or 20 items, somewhere between there, on the list. So it's going to be, get out your red, white, and blue, ladies, because it's going to be that way. Okay. Would you get down? Would you please get down? Harry, get down. Seriously. Get down. Don't you talk back to me, sassy. Good Lord. He is getting sassy. Hi, Mary. How are you, honey? Good night, Virginia. All right, so that's gonna be it for me, because I gotta be in a spiral in 1 minute.
Food first.
Food first.
Food.
Oh, now that sounds fun. I like that. I gotta see that. You should post a picture. So we're gonna go ahead and end this the way we always do. If you're new here and you haven't done so already, hit the button and subscribe for me. Arlene is not in the room tonight, but she is in the room. She's listening along. So if you go in and you try to sign up for the Facebook group, as long as you answer all the questions, it should automatically do it. If not, Arlene will put it through or decline it based on, what the criteria is, because it is a private group. And we do that just to protect our members. And Arlene's really good about it. Are you just going to keep? Yeah. Oh, he's so high. Good night, Miss Patty Ann. So if you're new, push the button and subscribe. Why not, right? If you would like a Cyber Stalker starter kit, you want to be able to cyber stalk me, I can give that to you totally free. No charge on this one. Go down to the description below and click on more. It's going to give you everything that you need to know to cyber stalk me. It's going to give you a link to my Facebook group. You can go to my Facebook group. All the important stuff is always pinned to the top. So currently we have an open poll for the next video, because we're finishing up, kitties on Mars. But we have an open poll for that up there. There's a list of all of my schedule up there. There's a birthday list that you can sign up for. There's the Projects of 26 challenge list that tells you what all the projects have been, all the challenges. So all of the important stuff is all put at the top. We love it when anybody in the community shares things. I do ask this, though. When you post something, give us context. Don't just post a picture of a piece of paper and that's it. Tell us what that is, okay? Because I would like some context, Vanessa. Just messing with her. So all of that type of stuff. Oh, you can find us here. You can find us on Facebook. I have a Patreon for anybody who's interested in that. I have a Ko-Fi for anybody who's interested in that. I do have an Instagram. I'm really bad at Insta, but I'm here. I'm live here Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sundays. I'm off on Monday and Tuesday. Twice on Thursday, twice on Friday, twice on Saturday, because I'm here in the morning and then in the afternoon. I'm also here on holidays. My kids are all grown and out of the house. They live close, but I like them to have their holidays with their families. And so I'm here because my husband works on holidays. So I'm here on holidays, and I go live periodically throughout the day just to like, hey, how you guys doing? What's going on? Because I don't want anybody to be alone on holidays. And some people, they don't have a choice. They're going to be alone. If you knock over every single bottle of glue over there just because you are being a shit, is it because he's coming?
Hey, ladies.
Oh. Oh my God, go. Yeah, right into the kitty cave. All right, so that's going to do it. Listen, one last thing. Stand in the freaking sun, okay? Or the rain. Drink some water. Be hydrated. Don't bathe in the rain. Don't run around naked in the rain. Drink some water. It's not the same if you get rained on. That's not being hydrated, okay? You're not a freaking plant. I get it. Mother Nature's got some issues going on right now. We all know she does. Let's just ignore it, move on, okay? Stay well. I love you guys, and I will see you soon. Good night, guys.
All right.